Yes, we're back with more Shibuya. More craziness in Shibuya. It seems like the first thing we should access is Kano, as everyone else is stuck, it seems. I mean, Kano. So let's go with them. To the Syndicate hideout. Following Kano's instructions, Stanley drove toward the Crime Syndicate's hound. There was a good chance that this was where Maria was being held. Traffic was practically non-existent, and they made good time. They cruised down Miemusaka, then passed the train station toward Dogenzaka. All the while, the two men stared out of the windshield, neither inclined to make conversation. They arrived at Shinsencho intersection. Take a right here, Kano said. You nervous? Stanley asked as he made a turn. His own tone was calm and level. Kano gave no reply. This syndicate really was holding Maria hostage up ahead. He and Stanley might wind up putting her in danger by showing up there. Well, yeah, that is an issue with kidnapping cases. If it came down to it, Kano wondered, could he count on the man next to him taking the hostage safety into account? He doubted it, but there was nothing he could do about that now. Well, the syndicates hang out sooner than Kano anticipated. It was a multi-tenant building in Tomigeya, southwest of Yoyogi Park. But anyway, it looked like it might come crashing down at any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as a hotbed of criminal activity. I'll take point, Stanley said. You back me up. He pulled a handgun from his suit pocket. It was a compact Glock. More frequently used by let's see, Glock. Yep, Glock 17. Also, as some gun aficionados would call it, the butterface of guns. Oh, for God's sake. Because it's an ugly fucker, but it works so well that it's hard not to love, basically. Because it can work in all kinds of situations. Yeah, known for an incorporation of large amounts of polymer. Yeah, it's developed in Austria, that's it. Woohoo, what was that? Oh, a subscription, hey, adaptable! Stabby stab indeed. Well, I've already self the stabby stab. But here's a gun, so it's shooty shoot. But yeah, Glock 17, semi-automatic pistol developed in Austria for police and military use. Only for its incorporation of large amounts of polymer in its design, a certain Hollywood film included a line of dialogue claiming that the Glock would not show up on an airport X-ray machines. But since the gun barrel itself is made of metal, this is surely not true. Well, yeah, obviously. The barrel's fucking metal. It's going to be easily show up on the X-rays. But it's mostly popular because it's so fucking reliable. You're far more likely to pick up a Glock with dodgy condition and for it to fire and cycle without any issue than pretty much any other gun. But that's also why it's called the butterface of guns, because I mean, look at the fucking thing. But yeah, used by the FBI and the CIA. February investigation, American Investigation Bureau established in the US Department of Justice 1908 as the authority on matters involving crimes that cross state lines as well as threats to public order such as espionage and terrorism. Generally speaking, the FBI conducts its activities within the US states. Yeah, generally. Not always, but generally. Central Intelligence Agency. One of the principal agencies of the US intelligence community, reporting to the Director of National Intelligence, possessing in considerable budgetary resources and a vast network of highly trained personnel. So he carries out intelligence gathering and covert operations primarily overseas. In recent years, the nation has been devoting major efforts to counter-terrorism. As well they do, yeah. Kano Jupiter and Gunner, the two cautiously made their way inside. They immediately heard some sort of ruckus from beyond the wooden door at the far end of the hall. Please don't let this be what I think it is, Kano thought to himself. Sweat beamed on his hands as he gripped his gun tighter. He heard the sound of glass shattering, and came the sound of something heavy falling on the floor. Oh yeah. Ignoring Stanley's previous order, Kano rushed ahead, kicked down the door, and stepped inside. Chances are she's not in there. Oh shit. He walked right into a massacre. There were nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor. He thought he recognised them all, the men who participated in the repeated attaché case handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death. Had these guys all turned on each other? Ah, that could have been the case. None of the victims was holding a knife, which meant that whoever killed them must still be hiding nearby. No sooner had Kano come to this conclusion than he heard a muffled cry behind him. Stanley! The ogre was fallen on the floor, face down. Kano rushed over and knelt beside him. Stanley was dead, stabbed to the back. Fucking hell! Without an instant's hesitation, Kano stood up again, gun at the ready. He scanned his surroundings, but there was no sign of the killer. Who the hell is this killer? Like some sort of anime character? But that was impossible. Stanley had been killed mere moments ago. Someone had to be here somewhere. Out of nowhere, he felt someone press the tip of a knife into his neck from behind, right at the base of his skull. How? He hadn't noticed anyone coming up behind him. There wasn't even anyone else around. Nobody but the corpses scattered across the floor. Wait, the corpses! Kano hadn't checked them. Hadn't checked to make sure they were all really dead. With his last thought, he realised that had been his fatal mistake. It was Salico! Ooh. I thought they were dead. Last, there's nothing to be done for poor Kano now. He wasn't prepared for whoever was wielding that knife. Sometimes it's best not to rush things. Kano and Stanley might not have had their run-in with the killer if they turned up a bit later. There's someone who can cause a traffic jam at 1310, which should keep those two from meeting such a grisly end. Huh, okay. So we're going to have to find someone who causes a traffic jam to change the timeline.